Horace Man, it's Miss Bush. Today for your discussion, the question was, what things made out of matter matter to you? And what things not made out of matter matter to you? I'm excited to see all of those answers. When scientists talk about matter, they mean anything that has mass and takes up space. Matter is mostly what scientists mean when they talk about a solid, a liquid, and a gas. So things like friendship and love are not made out of matter, but they're very important to us. Things like the bolt, the paper cup, and the chair are made out of matter. The other question is, what do you remember learning about solids, liquids, and gases? A lot of you as fourth graders have done this learning a little bit before in other grades. So think about the things you've learned before. Today in our learning, you're going to see videos of Miss Bush doing different science experiments, and you are going to be asked to fill out a worksheet. Just do your best with the worksheet. If you want to just make a copy of that same data table on a piece of paper, that's awesome. If you want to use that worksheet in Google Docs on your iPad or Notability on your iPad, that works too. Don't worry too much about getting the worksheet just right. Just give the learning a try. Our focus is this. Is a solid or a liquid, and how do you know? We are really going to work towards getting a definition of what is a solid and what is a liquid, and how we know for sure. We're going to use some science words a lot. We're going to use the word volume. Volume is how much space something takes up. These containers are all measuring volume. Measuring cups measure volume. It's when it measures up to 100 milliliters, it has a volume of 100 milliliters. We are also going to talk about shape a lot today. So you are going to see different shapes as we work. The question will be, if something starts out in the shape of a sphere, does it stay in the shape of a sphere as we go through all of our experiments? Or if it starts out as a cylinder, does it stay a cylinder, or does it change to a sphere, change to a cube? So watch if shapes change or stay the same. This is what the worksheet will look like, and Miss Bush is going to do on her videos water, oranges, and crayons. You get a chance to try 3 of your own ideas with parent permission, and don't make too big of a mess. You're just going to write yes or no. Does it take the shape of the container, and does it change its volume? And we're really going to be understanding, is this a solid or is this a liquid? How do you know? Hi, Horace Man. I miss seeing you in person, but here is my kitchen science lab, and I have my 2 assistants with me today.
I'm Eleanor. I'm Tyner.
So, our big question is, what makes a liquid, and what makes a solid? And what are some special things liquids can do, and what are special things solids can do? To help us out, Eleanor can add a drop of food coloring so we can see this water better. This is 1 cup of water. Put the cap back on. For this 1 cup of water, I can pour it into new cups, and we're going to see what it does. This cup of water has the shape of the circle cylinder, and it goes up to this high. 1 cup. Wait. Go ahead. In this cup, it only went up this tall, but now when we pour it into a tall cup, the shape of the water has changed and it goes up really tall. It's still a circle shape of a cylinder. We can now pour this water into a different cup. All right, it is now a big wide circle, but it's still making a circle shape. We can change it though, and we can pour it into a rectangle.
And it is not Gatorade. It is water.
So now our water is making the shape of a rectangle, and it's still here. I can pour it now into this tiny container. And it now, instead of being a skinny rectangle, it is a thick rectangle that goes really thick. And it's still water. So my last one comes back here. And aside from the little bit I spilled, it still goes up to 1 cup of water. So what is it about a liquid that does what this just did? What makes a liquid? And can all liquids do what the water just did?
Mom,
after testing the water, I see yes, the water does take the shape of the container it is in. And no, water does not change its volume. Hi, Horseman. This is Miss Bush in my kitchen.
Hi, Eleanor.
And this is
Tyner.
These are my assistants. Right here, I have 1 cup of oranges.
What, Mommy's kids?
I picked out oranges because we won't wreck the food by using them. I can pour the oranges into this tall cup, and the oranges still have their shape. I can pour the oranges into this cup. They now fill out the bottom, but each orange has its own shape. We can pour the oranges into here. They don't fill up this container, and every orange still has its own shape. And when I return the oranges to the original cup, they are still 1 cup of oranges. Oh, so after we tested the oranges, we can see, no, the oranges did not take the shape of the container. They always stayed in the shape of an orange. And no, the oranges did not change their volume. They were always the same volume. Hi, Horseman. We're back again, and this time I have 1 cup of crayons. And the question is, are crayons a solid or a liquid? I can pour this 1 cup of crayons into this tall cup. And it is...
And my mom just made a mess. A big mess.
Now I can pour the crayons into here.
Which I'm gonna make one too.
Still 1 cup of crayons. I can pour the crayons into here. And then I pour the crayons back here. The question is, are crayons a solid or a liquid? What do you think, Tyner? Solid or liquid?
Solid.
What do you think, Eleanor? Crayons, we can see, yes, crayons can pour and make a mess, but do the crayons take the shape of the container? No. I mean, they kind of do, but each individual crayon continues to hold its own individual shape. Do crayons change their volume? No. They get hard to fit in as we pour from place to place, but they were still the same amount of crayons as I move them from cup to cup. It's your turn to try your ideas. Ask your grown-ups if you can have 3 different size cups or bowls or Tupperware containers from your kitchen. If you're getting the school lunches in the boxes, you could try like the milk carton or the juice box or the plastic bag from the sandwiches. Take something that you're allowed to use. Maybe dry spaghetti noodles, maybe pens, maybe crayons, paper clips. And try pouring it from the 3 different containers. And as you pour or move your items, ask, does it take the shape of the container and does it change volume? I am really excited to see what you try. There's lots of things that can be confusing about solid or liquid. For example, this kitty cat, I always think of cats as solid, but it has somehow taken the shape of its container. Or has it? It's confusing. Here are some interesting things to try. Dried beans or dried rice can be interesting, but please don't waste food. Other liquids like oil or syrup or shampoo or lotion can be interesting, just like soap can be interesting. Fabric, something solid like a dice, water, a paper clip. Lots of different things from your kitchen can be interesting, but be careful not to waste any food that's important for your family. Good luck trying lots of things, and I'm really excited to see. Is it a solid or a liquid? How do you know?